Okay, stage 2 of the project. Shift that lot over to there, and then we can start laying those down there, Alvinleys. They look nice, I like them. Herringbone pattern, but I gotta clear this lot off first. So time to start preparing the new area. I put a cut all the way down the side of the house yesterday. The still just about got through it. So the depth of the concrete we got here, we got about, let's check actually, what we got. We got 5 inches. Yeah, 5 inches of concrete. Ample, absolutely ample. So yeah, we're gonna cheat. Rather than ripping up all the concrete, 5 inches of concrete is plenty to have in place, better than sub-base really. So as long as we got an eco drain system going alongside of the house, that should absolutely be fine. Good sized piece of concrete that. 6 inches. Plenty thick enough. So we're going to come down this side where I've cut out for the channel. We're going to stick this corner in. I've just made this cut here. That goes in between those two. Then we've got the channels behind me. They go down there on top of a semi-dry mix. So I just set my levels. I know that piece fits. So what I've done over here in the corner, I've made sure I filled this area up with cement so no water can get behind it. So now I've got this corner set. That's all connected up. Now we're just gonna run down here now. So I've come back down to the other end of the area I'm gonna be tiling. So the offcut there, I've just used temporary at the moment, just to get my heights. These Alvinleys are what I'm going to be paving to. And as long as I've got a decent sized bed underneath, then the height should be perfect. And I know it does slope that way anyway. So any water lands down this end, will shoot straight down the other end where the gully is. As soon as you've got your string line sorted, it's always good to check the height. As you can see, it's sloping to the right, the bubbles to the left, so any water lands on the ACO will go straight down to the gully. So on the ACOs you have a male end and a female end. You can see this little section there. That's where that goes on to here. Just make sure you don't have any cement in this area, otherwise you won't get a snug fit.
I was born to be free.
Right then, everybody peeps, that one done, apart from the grout. Eco drain in here, levels acquired. You see a string line? I cut out a section all the way along the back of the wall for a soak away for the water to land on. Drowned it with water the other day, and it flies through it nicely. So always nice to know there's not going to be any issues regarding that stuff. So right, game on. Oh, hang on. So bringing out the big guns. This pattern I'm doing here with the Alvinleys, it's all going to be herringbone. So up against the side of the house, I got to cut off 45 degrees off every paviour. And rather than doing that with a disc cutter, let's get the big boy out. Cool, solid. Zoe 130 this is. 3 horsepower engine. Proper strong. So, let's spin this thing around. Yeah, 45 degrees I got to chop. So, I've got this here adjustable angle thingy. So I shall set that up. Fill it up with water. Fill it with water and prep as much as I can. I'm not sure how many I've got to cut, but yeah, quite a few. So it's about 9 meters long, 100 wide, so about 90. Oh god. So I'll put my ear defenders on for that bit. Right, let's fill it with water. I've just been chatting about this angle. I didn't even press record. Right, let's do that again. So I'm setting up my angle now. It does have a degree on here as well, so that is put at 45 degrees. I have marked out a tile at 45 degrees, and now I just clamped another pavior to the end, so when I slide in the next one, as long as it butts up against here and butts up against there, then it should be a perfect 45. But we'll do a couple just to test and make sure, and then we'll crack on and chop loads. Well, I'm glad I checked first. I just did 2 cuts, and yeah, you can't always trust these tape measures. As you can see, if I put these 2 edges together, then we have a difference in width, so I need to finally adjust that until we do actually have a proper 45 degrees. So we've slightly adjusted that, moved it over a little bit, but yeah, it's nice and square now. Up against not so nice and square. So yeah, never believe any of these tape measures. Make sure you calculate it yourself properly. One more thing before I finish, always double check, especially if you're chopping loads of them. You've got your herringbone, then you have to make sure this one fits in nice and square down here. So that's nice and flush, and this edge here is nice and straight, then good to go. I think it's about to pour down with rain. Time to take cover. Don't do rain. Don't get paid for getting wet. So I've just cut 20 of these already. Keep checking them. Keep double checking them. So I've got those 2 lined up. That has to line up. Then I'll get another one of these. Put up against there. Squish that over so everything moves along. And if that's nice and straight, which it is, then you're fine. But yeah, double check. I've cut that many to there, so I'll check again about here, chop some more, check again about there, chop some more, and check down that end to make sure they haven't moved slightly. Because this clamp, if that clamp moved a little bit, or that adjusted itself slightly a little bit, then everything I would have done would have been knackered. Testing. Right, it's a little bit too late on in the day for me to start tiling, so for the next hour or whatever, I'm going to make sure the concrete is nice and clean. Got to get all that algae off, so I got a good surface to adhere to. Morning everybody, back after a day off yesterday, which was nice. It lashed down with rain, but that was really good anyway. I'm glad it lashed down rain, because the bit behind me over there in the corner where I cut out against the wall, came here this morning, customer said no water. Brilliant. So that was a good test. So as long as I know the water's definitely gone, that's brilliant. So time to start the herringbone now. I did cut them yesterday, the day before, so all ready to go. So let's show you how to install them. So before I get going, as we're laying on a concrete slab, we're going to prime the slab first with primer, cement, prime the back of the tile, tapty tap taps, job's a good one. Here we go. Let's prime some up. Right, get the brush in there. Let's lather it up there. We're not going to come out too much because we just want to get one row along there for now. So I got some cement down. I'll show you the first couple, and yes, we will be using spacers as well, so we got something to grout to. So I'm using my plasterer's trowel again just to get it nice and even. Right, even as possible, and we'll glue a couple down and show you exactly what's what. Right, first tile, let's prime it. So, tile primed, I'm going to start off in the corner at the herringbone pattern. Couple of taps, get a couple of spacers in. There's going to be a lot of spacers on this job. There's going to be bloody loads. Right, first one in there. Right, just prime another one up. Get it next to it. And then you can watch the time lapse then for the rest of it. No point me explaining it way too much. Right, put a bit of cement out of there. Because they're small items as well, they're going to want to move a lot. So, a couple more spacers. I'm going to put 2 in this side and 2 in that side. And pretty much that's what I'm going to be doing for the next day or two. So yeah, prime, cement, prime, tappy tap. Okay, enjoy the time lapse and some rave music. Oops, 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 oops. Right, I got things to do. Stressy day. Oh, got the herringbone in though. Setting out was the bugger. I was not feeling it. Thinking, is this going to work? Do I need spacers? Thought I needed spacers. Then I thought, no, can't do it with spacers. I ended up not using spacers, but just like leaving little gaps. Might give up this job and do something else. Taxi driver? Taxi for anyone? Taxi for Jones? I'll be there now in half hour. No, I can do that. Oh, just got to suck it up and stop moaning. Blah, 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 blah. Moan, moan, moan. God, miserable bastard. Yeah, it's true. Right, I'm going to turn it the other way around so you can have a look. Well, that's a bit of primer, so I might as well chuck that down on there. Yeah, looks good though. Yeah, so this bit took a bit longer because I had loads of setting out to do. But after this bit now, it should be fine. Let me just grab. So just before I leave, I just set up one more string line along this edge. Got to make sure they're all there or thereabouts. Otherwise, the next rows will be pretty crap. It's another heavy day of rain yesterday. Absolutely poured it down. And no water over there. So, right, let's get the mixer set up and let's start stringing some lines. Actually, before I set anything up, what I want to do with these current lines, I want to line them up for that end here to touch this end there. Actually, this one's set up nicely. So I want to adjust all of these now, so I know I'm going to be square coming off the house at all times. Plus, it's good for my levels too. Wish this bloody rain would stop. All it's done is rain. Do you find yourself sheltering up against a wall like this first thing in the morning? Roll on summer. Oh well, we've only got another 8 months or something till next year's summer. Yay, something to celebrate. Oh, until then, I'm gonna press my head up against the wall. Oh, still raining. Bloody peeing it down. Oh, it drives me insane. It's supposed to clear up a little bit this morning. Well, it shouldn't be raining now. Oh, this job sucks sometimes. It's either too hot in the summer and you're melting. Too cold, cement doesn't go off. It's too wet, cement turns to soup. I'll talk about my holiday I've got booked. I booked it 2 years ago for my 50th. I've rented an island in Indonesia for 2 weeks. I'm going to do a Bear Grylls The Island type thing, but instead of having all the other people, I'm having it 20 days for myself. 20 days to survive. So that's what's keeping me going, knowing that there is an adventure at the end of it all. But until then, it's pouring down rain. Boo. So I've got my lines sorted out now. I got lots of lines. You can never have enough lines. But all these, they're all where they should be. So if I keep following that, then we should keep it nice and straight. But this is the tips for the herringbone pattern. Well, this hasn't been the easiest to start. It's rained about 3 or 4 times since I've been here. And the sand I had on the front was soaking. So we're going to use a dryer mix and see if that's any easier. I hope so. Because I even got my tripod on here. And even that's sunk what's underneath. Which is making it so bloody hard.
A few days later when I was at
Well, it's so much better now with a much drier mix. Stuff I was using earlier was like soup. So I've just put a string line all the way down here now. I'm going to check every 2 rows just to make it fine. And then also I'm sticking a square on the pattern to make sure it's symmetrical. I was thinking about having string lines go in this direction as well, but that would just be so... I'll be tripping everywhere. It's bad enough. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines going that way. So yeah, I'm not going to do ones going that way as well. It would be great, it would be ideal, but not very workable. Well, there we go. That's another section done. I just finished it off with this string line going down that edge. Everything looks good. I'm just going to spend 5 minutes now with a gauger. Just if any tiles look like they need to shift a little bit to the left or to the right, that's what I'm going to do next. I got to give a big shout out to Matty Brockhurst from Brockstone Landscapes. I did ask him for a bit of help, just a bit of information, a bit of tips on this, because I haven't done herringbone with these before. So I just wanted to know anything I needed to know. He let me know. So that's a good thing about being with Marshalls, being a Marshalls installer. You can bounce off each other. We're not here to take work off each other. We're here to help each other. And I reached out, he helped me. Nice one, Matty boy. Cheers, mate. Yeah, it was a bit of a stressful day that day. Setting it out and it wasn't quite working and rah, 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 rah. Yeah, it all panned out well in the end. So, cheers, mate. Cheers for that. Have a good weekend and keep up the good work. Last video was amazing. So, right. Have a good weekend. Speak to everybody Monday. Testing. Welcome back to the Tiny Brick Show. Ah, lol. Smiley face. Monday morning. Back on here. Yeah, so this is going down nicely. So I haven't got that many pavers actually left until I get the exchange. So what I'll do, I'll crack on with that tomorrow and get that bit grouted. Got my new squeegees and everything. So sort this bit out today, what I can. Tomorrow I can grout that. Wednesday I'm playing golf. Yeah, there we go. Usual Monday morning type of madness. Right, let's get a mix on, let's get around the back. Well, that's it for today. I'm out to pavers. Pavers, even, whatever you want to call it. Yep, gone and left, apart from the ones which are out the front, which are a slightly different colour. So, I can't do anything about that. So, best thing I can do now is go somewhere and have breakfast, even though it's 1:30. But that's it, back tomorrow. I'm going to grout, actually, tomorrow. I'm going to grout that lot again. I'm going to shift all the plants to the left behind the tubs and stress myself out doing that. So, can't wait. Until then, catch you tomorrow. Laters. So back after a couple of days of waiting for the new pavers to turn up, the appropriate colour. We're going to get cracking down this end. I've just got the 2 lines set up at the moment because I don't want to keep doing lines this way. Otherwise, I'm going to back myself into a corner. So I'm going to come square off this edge and start working back full to this end. And then as soon as I get back to this end, I can start putting all the cuts down the side. So I'm on the home straight now. I just got this bit there to put in and then the cuts. So just to double check on how things are going to go today, I set some lines up. We're square is showing everything is running good. So that means that's still going to be good. Pressure's off. Testing testicles, testing testicles. So almost there now. The other pavers do look a different colour, but that's just because they haven't been walked on. So this morning I'm cutting out along the string line so I can run some edgings like that. So I've got my string line. I've marked out a couple of pencil lines on it. So I'll use my spirit level now to join the dots, mark it up. I can cut that edge. Cut that edge, a little bit of snagging by there, bit of cement to go into that bit, and then time to grout. So I gone around the outside, I penciled it off. I used the 4-inch grinder on it first, just to get a nice straight edge, more controllable edge. Now that's done, I'll connect up the big boy, the whizzer, some people might call it, including Matty. Lol. Right, okay, I set this up, cut it off, and put a nice strip down the side of it. Finally done. Yeah, that was a bit of a tricky one, this one. Haven't done herringbone with these before, apart from driveways and stuff, or bricks. But yeah, a bit tricky that was. Glad it's done now. Oh yeah, get it over and done with. So all I gotta do now is pressure wash it, give it a good clean. Man with the van's coming shortly to take all that stuff out of the way, clean it, grout it, lift the ACOs up as the last one, make sure the ACOs are clear and seal all the joints, and job's a good one. Well, she just put the kettle on, so I'm going to go and have a quick coffee now. Back in a bit. Saws in the van, man with the van's been, take all the junk. Now it's time for this. Now it's time to grout. A part of me was like, yeah, shall I grout it? Shall I show you it? Then my brain's like, no. You can have a look at it after when I've grouted, because yeah, stresses me out. And a lot of people which use the grout as well stresses them out. So you can totally see where I'm coming from. Balls to that. Let's just get it done, show you the pictures after. Well, I just put the first load on. I do have a little bit of time on my hands. So yeah, put that in. That's one tub. So what I'm going to do, just going to go along with my brush. I'm too old for getting down on my hands and knees. So we're just going to go over with a brush, smooth it all up, and then get the pressure washer on it and blast it all off. And hopefully it looks pretty. Something like that. Oops. There you go. All nice and full. And all nice and messy. Right, let's crack on. Less talking, less blah, blah, blah. Brush, brush, brush. Clean, clean, clean. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Well, this is actually a really good temperature today. It's not too hot. It's cloudy. The temperature, that's what you're fighting. Always fighting the temperature. So, yeah. Half a tub next, I think. Half a tub. Yeah, done. When I get home then I can finish editing music, the time lapse. So how are you liking the music? Oops, 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 oops. Got a bit of rave, haven't you? Yes, I am an old school raver. Time flies. I got to put a shout out actually. Don't know if anyone's heard of Time Flies. I was like a rave thing about 2 months ago, and I was in there for about 5 minutes. Some bloke was looking at me like that. Sure, I recognise him. So I ignored him and thought it was he weirdo. So chatting to a couple of mates of mine, and finished chatting, and this fella came over. You tidy bricks? I was like, yeah. I watch all the videos on YouTube. I was like, all right, weird, cool. So I chatted to him for a bit. Owen, I think his name was. Hiya, Owen, if you're watching. Good night that was, wasn't it? So I was chatting to him for a bit, and some other fella come over. You tidy bricks? He's like, for God's sake, yes I am. I had a bit of stardom. Famous. Yeah, so it was cool. So I remember Owen was one of them, and the other fella, can't quite remember his name. I don't think I was feeling too good at the time. Yeah, cool. So I don't know why I got into that for anyway. Well, anyway, blah, blah, blah. A little bit left at the back. Oh, let's pressure wash this bit off, then do the last bit. Home straight. So, just filled up the right-hand side with some chip-ins. Now, every time you finish a job off, you've always got to make sure the echoes are clear. Because when I grouted yesterday, I did get a little bit of stuff down there. As for the joints, I'm not going to silicone them. I'm going to actually put some grout in it, because the grout is much better than silicone. Silicone does just want to not stick sometimes, but the grout sticks to everything. Looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, you can finish off drinking your coffee now and put something else on, because Tidy Bricks has officially closed for the day. Right, all done. I'm going to show you a little snippet of something I've been working on called Tidy Bricks Epic Fail. Here's a little teaser. Keep watching, because you might like it actually. And if you've got any ideas what I can build things on, let me know before I start my next ones. I got 7 videos done so far, need another 3, and then it's going online. It's just a little bit of entertainment. Can't keep doing patios all the time, gets a bit much. So we're gonna have a bit of fun, do something else. So yeah, watch this little clippet of Michael Caine. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Tell me what you think. Any ideas? I might build them for you. Right, catch you all on the next one. Laters. Peace.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.